Hello, friends, and welcome to the most glorious of events, the Movie Mavericks podcast. This outstanding program is hosted by two fine gentlemen, Jason and Trevor. Now make it so.
MovieMavericks.com.
Hey, now everybody, welcome to episode 415 of the Movie Mavericks podcast. I'm Trevor Anderson. So send you over to Jason Rugard. He's got a rundown for us.
On tonight's episode, we are going to be talking about Deathstalker. We're going to be discussing The Long Walk, It, that's the Welcome to Derry TV show, and Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Also going to be doing some trivia and discussing my late-to-the-party game watching of Stranger Things. First... oh, we got trailers too. Shit. What's our trailers tonight? I'm already blanking. Devil Wears Prada 2. We got Michael. We got Wake Up Dead Man 3. And Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme.
I mean, it's easy to forget.
You had it anyways.
It's easy to forget Marty Supreme, especially after you watch the trailer. But we're going to just...
is it? I don't even know. Well, so much to talk about. It's weird shit, man.
We've got a lot of stuff going on tonight's show. But I want to test my trivia knowledge because I've been on a bad run lately, and I'm willing to put it on the line and... see if I can reverse the trend here. What do we got?
I'm not sure if you're going to like this.
Oh, great.
What is the title of Marlene Dietrich's autobiography? A, Life for Better or Worse. B, Call Me Marlene. C, Marlene. Or D, All of Me.
How about Hole with a Face? I'm going to say Call Me Marlene. What is it?
It was Marlene.
I was close by 2 words.
That was
fucking awful. In the film, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I'm telling you, every other question.
970. What is the only fantasy film to win Best Picture? Oh. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Oh, fuck. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The Chronicles of Narnia. Or Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Well, it's The Return of the King, but I would have thought Star Wars was nominated that year, but it didn't win Best Picture, so...
it's not fantasy.
Star Wars isn't fantasy? Was it sci-fi?
Sci-fi, yeah.
Yeah. One of the rare sequels to win
Best
Best Picture.
Well, at least that was easy.
I think it's, for sequels winning Best Picture, what is the only other sequel to win Best Picture? How about that one?
That's a good question. I don't know. I probably do, but I don't remember.
The Godfather Part 2.
Oh, that's right.
I can't think
forget
another
about
sequel.
Those things. Yeah, neither can I. I can't even think of anything that won Best Picture right now, so I can't do anything.
It's very possible that this year that trend is set again with Wicked 2.
Oh my God.
Please share.
Here you go. It's back again. You ready for this question? In Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, what is Mr. Smith's first name?
Did we not do this?
Yeah, it came back. It came back around.
Okay, let's see if I even get it the second time. Go ahead.
Okay. You got Longfellow, Jefferson, Stanley, or Emmett?
Jefferson.
Oh my God. Okay, you got it.
I did Longfellow before, but that was Longfellow Deeds.
It was Longfellow Deeds.
Why does this book keep bringing us back to that film? What is it about that film that it wants us to watch?
All right. Captain Dana Holmes is the base commander in From Here to Eternity. What's the name of the base he commands? Schofield Barracks, Fort Dix, Carlisle Barracks, or Fort Lee?
I think it's Fort Lee.
No, it is Schofield Barracks.
There's some old films tonight.
Never even saw From Here to Eternity.
I saw it years ago.
So you got that on me. I don't know what the fuck. I have no idea about that.
Well, Frank Sinatra's in it.
I know about it, but right. I have no idea what the fuck the base name would be.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one, and it blurs into a whole bunch of movies from that era, like The Longest Day and Bridge Over the River Kwai and things like that. A lot of those films blend. Or blending. Let's talk about some movie news and things that were circulating in the movie sphere. One of the things was, did you watch the Eddie Murphy documentary on Netflix, Being Eddie?
No.
I'm a little tired of these Netflix documentaries.
I want to watch Being Charlie.
That one was good. The Charlie Sheen one, a.k.a. Charlie Sheen, was fantastic because it was actually...
Let's talk about the Charlie Murphy one.
Oh, well, I don't think they got that one quite yet, but the Charlie Sheen one, at least they were pretty frank.
I didn't watch that one either. I didn't even know they made a Charlie Sheen one.
Oh, it was fantastic. It really...
How old is it?
Oh, a couple months old, about 2 months ago. It came out, a.k.a. Charlie Sheen. And he addresses...
Well, damn, I'm way behind on my Netflix documentaries.
Oh, goodness. Man, he addresses everything, including some bisexuality experiences that he had. But the thing is this, that was a very raw look, very well done, but raw expose. And the Eddie Murphy one was a complete glossing over, like a VH1
I can imagine.
Behind the music. It was not penetrating.
Doesn't that make sense, though? One of them has no career, and one of them has a career.
One of them, Charlie Sheen, you end up liking much more. Eddie Murphy, you find yourself going, nothing was gained.
Feels like more of like feels like more of a something, I'm not going to say political, but it definitely is something where it's like very careful with the wording, right?
Yes.
Very
curated.
What would you call it? It would be almost like a commercial in some sense, right? Because he still has a career. He has a possibility of landing big roles, making a lot of money. You don't in any way want to sully that or burn any bridges or do anything at that point still.
But I'm telling you, Charlie Sheen comes off very likable in that, which surprised me because it was not what I was expecting. But Eddie Murphy, as much as I like him, does say in the documentary that there were 3 films that he regrets not doing that turned out to be massive hits. Did you read this article at all?
No, was one of them The Matrix? It's always The Matrix.
No, it wasn't The Matrix. It was Ghostbusters was one of them, but that's been known for a long time.
All right, yeah.
Second one I found interesting was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was up for that, and he just didn't understand the concept. And then he said when he saw the film...
Yeah, I don't think that would have worked with him.
Yeah, he was amazed by the finished product. And then lastly, it's a pretty obvious one, is Rush Hour. But does Rush Hour work as well with him?
No.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you hear about these actors. I'm so many fucking people are up for so many roles at this point, but it does, I don't know. The movies that get made with the people who get cast kind of make sense. You can't even almost imagine the movies with the other people who are up for the roles. You know, it'd be an entirely different movie. Like Rush Hour would be, maybe it would work, maybe it would be better. Who the hell knows? But it would be a hell of a lot different. That's for sure.
Well, in that era was the Murphy that didn't want to be funny, quote unquote. So you got Chris Tucker, who was taking over and was much hotter with younger audiences as well. You know, with the coming off of Friday and Money Talks, and really was a much more bankable name than Murphy was at that point. You got to remember, '98 when Rush Hour came out. Murphy's making Holy Man, which might be the absolute low point of his 90s output.
Yeah.
So, it's coulda, shoulda, but you hear things like that, like you were saying, when you hear Matthew McConaughey was supposed to be in Titanic, and you think, well, that would have been a totally different experience. Who knows if that would have become the cultural phenomenon that it was.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes the movies are so good that someone else is supposed to be in it. It's hard to imagine. It's just hard to imagine it differently or going differently, but I don't know. Even with bad movies, it's just hard to imagine any movie would be good or bad with someone else in it because it would be so different, right? I mean, Eddie Murphy in a Rush Hour movie would be, I don't know, Tower Heist, I guess, to some extent, maybe. I don't know.
I think that Eddie Murphy in Rush Hour,
I mean, that's silly. But
his star power tips the scales too far. In one
against
way.
Jackie Chan, yeah, like it's like Jackie Chan and
Tucker
and Tucker, they're kind of were even, so to speak. Really, I mean, and they came from such different backgrounds, but they were kind of had the same star power
at the time. So. Yeah, for sure. And both coming up under New Line Cinema, who produced that. New Line was bringing over and releasing those Jackie Chan films and building him up, and building Chris Tucker up at the same time. And Chris Rock himself was doing that cameo in Lethal Weapon 4, so he was already becoming a cop on screen, if you will. So it was just this thing to put a comedian in these action comedy roles in the 90s. And Rush Hour was an unbelievable phenomenon. You go back and look at the grosses for Rush Hour 2. I think in adjusted terms today, it's like $330 million. It's unfucking believable what those movies made.
Well, they were decent. They were good movies. I should just say they were good movies. Rush Hour movies are good.
They're easy watches, and I find that often this is funny, recently I traveled and it was on Tubi, and I just kind of put it on in the background after a long day of traveling, and it was the perfect thing to fall asleep to. It was like the perfect, just action enough, just kind of loud enough, just hectic enough, but still fun to pass out to after a long day of travel. Say what you will about the movie. All right, let's talk about Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. This has been something long rumored for decades now, right? We've been hearing about this ultra cut, the one long movie that includes everything for, since a year after Kill Bill 1 came out?
I know, right? How long this has been, Miramax was going to release this. The Weinstein Company was going to release, I don't know who the fuck else. Everyone was going to release this forever. And so now it's finally happening?
20 years after the fact?
Why? It's a little late.
Well, it's supposed to include the anime part, all sorts of shit. And this is the two movies told, I don't know if it's going to be told, not chronologically, but are they cutting scenes up and splicing them in and out of the movie as well? I'm unclear about that. If they're making it a little bit more linear, a la when they took The Godfather 1 and 2 on HBO and they cut that a little bit differently for storytelling purposes. But this is going to be almost 5 hours long. Did you see the running time on this? 4 hours and 47 minutes. Would you be able to sit through a screening of this?
I don't know. And I don't remember how they were going to cut this together. Or if it was a different cut or if they just ran together. I mean, obviously there's extra stuff in it. The Whole Bloody Affair was supposed to be bloodier, more gory. I don't know.
But could you sit through a screening? And you were a fan of these films.
I don't know if I could, to be honest with you, at this point.
I don't know if I'm interested.
I don't know. I mean, I love these movies, but I don't know. Do I love them enough to go back and watch them again in this way? I don't know. I already have them here. I could watch them both right now. Why do I? Right, back to back. What do I need to go to a theater and watch them for? Is it, unless it's going to be wildly different, but I don't know.
I've spent the last 2 decades with these films as two vastly different experiences. You have the
that's true too,
Eastern of the first one, and it's a more compact, I think 90 to 120 minutes, and then you have the kind of the Western of the second one, even though the second one does have that whole sequence where she goes to the Shaolin Temple and learns, but it's more of a Western kind of vibe, and that's 230, 240-ish. So I like the fact that they had their own distinct personalities and their own vibe, and I don't know if I needed to see them as one piece. And even though Tarantino wrote it like that, that's not how I've been given it. That's not how I digested it for the past 2 decades. And
well,
I don't want to fuck with.
I mean, I don't know. I was hungrier for this
years ago.
Years before 2010. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Before 2010, I was biting at the bit for this. And then that's why I said it's just too late. Really, I feel like this is so long. I don't know. I like the movies a lot. I wish Tarantino would make another movie rather than do this shit or whatever the fuck he's doing. Just make movies, Tarantino. Knock it off. Stop with the feet stuff and just make movies. That's what I'm saying. Well, you can put feet in your movies still. Come on.
So, are you going to go see this, or would you pass on this if you had the opportunity?
I'm going to pass. I don't think I have time to go see this. There's a lot of new stuff that I haven't seen yet. Maybe I should see. Old stuff, old stuff that I haven't seen. So I don't know. A reimagining of the Kill Bill movies feels. I don't know. I just don't know how. I don't think you could change them enough that it would be something that I should look at. I mean, I don't know. I would ask the question to everyone else: have you seen every single cut of Blade Runner? Does it matter?
True. I agree with you. It doesn't, at this point, I don't know if I'm that interested in the Kill Bill world to let it expand like this. I tried to get through the expanded version of The Hateful Eight when they cut it into hour-long episodes on Netflix, and they reconfigured that slightly. I didn't even know they did that. It was a different experience. It made it a little bit more palatable, but I'll tell you what, it also made me lose interest in the film a lot quicker because I knew we were going into, little areas that weren't necessarily getting the plot advanced. We were just going into a little drawing over here, So that starts bothering me after a while. It's how a book works. It's not how a film works. And I don't need all these extraneous details in a film. Particularly, I watched, this really segues perfectly into something that I watched the other night. I don't know if you've ever seen, have you ever seen Year of the Dragon, the Mickey Rourke film? Michael Cimino directed. Oliver Stone wrote
I want to say yes, but it would have been a long time ago.
John Lone is the guy. It's about, it's very much like The Corruptor. I hate to say that, but the Mark Wahlberg, Chow Yun-Fat film. It's set, New York, Chinatown, gangs going crazy. What's great is a lot of actors that appear in Big Trouble in Little China the following year, including Lo Pan and the sidekick for Kurt Russell are in Year of the Dragon, so it's fun to see them. But you watch that movie, and it's epic in scale, and it just meanders all over the place, and there's you could see the artistry in it, but at the same time you think, there's no through line. And sometimes a Tarantino movie gives me the same feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't...
A little self-indulgent, a little...
self-aware.
I think Tarantino can be a little worse because he's drawing on other films for his, and so talk about self-aware. Yeah, he's very aware he's making a movie, and he loves movies.
He also, I think, takes your goodwill because you've been with him since the 94, since both the audiences in general, and he knows he's bought himself enough goodwill that he can take you into an area that you may not be interested in for much longer than you want to be there. And I feel that's been the case with the last couple Tarantino movies.
I mean, I guess that's true. I think Death Proof is kind of the opposite of that, proves that not everyone will go everywhere that Tarantino wants to go.
That's okay. That's fair.
But I do agree with you on that. When he is making a bigger movie or certainly something that is more cinematic, he definitely, that's true. I would gladly go wherever he takes us, because he is a pretty good film historian, to be honest with you. And he knows a lot about movies. He's obviously steals from the greats, and the way he takes from them and puts it back into his own work and creates something that is basically, sure, it's a ripoff if you want to say that, but it is something completely new, and works with his narratives and his stories and stuff. It's good. It's basically what Scorsese does and did for a long time. It's very similar.
I find that I can go back and rewatch Scorsese films much more than I can a Tarantino movie, and I don't know why, because I rewatched Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown multiple times, to the point where I haven't revisited them in years now because I saw
Scorsese films.
I mean,
what era? I should say. That's what I'm asking.
I guess from all over, because I can dip into, I really, obviously, The Raging Bull, even though it's a tough watch. A big fan of After Hours. I watch that. I try to watch that at least once a year.
That is a great comedy. Actually,
Goodfellas, whenever it's on, I get sucked into it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can keep rolling down that list, though, I mean, Gangs in New York in the early 2000s.
So that's what I'm saying. So we're just going all the way down, because there's eras. Tarantino has eras. Scorsese has eras. I do think older Scorsese stuff is harder for me to watch, but once you get into 90s, it's all good. And but Tarantino's 90s is hard for me to watch. I'm bored with it.
It's a little stale compared to his later stuff.
Yeah, I like Jackie Brown. That's about the only one out of that. And then when you hit Kill Bill, I think it's great from there on. But anything older than that,
The one that I always overlook, and I don't know why, and it was playing in the background the other day when I was somewhere at a restaurant. It was on TNT or TBS, and I just was looking at the shot selection in the credit scroll in the beginning, was Django. And I don't know why I've never revisited Django. It was really good when I saw it in the theater. I, was all for it being for Best Picture. It was beautifully done in a lot of ways, but it was a hard experience to get through. It's because of the subject matter. But man, the shot selection, just with the sound off, I was like, look at that again, because it was just beautifully done. Just absolutely beautifully done. All right, let's move on and talk about some reviews. I think we're a little warmed up now, and there's movies to discuss. The first we're going to talk about is Deathstalker. Deathstalker, what's a Deathstalker? Is this a horror movie, Trevor?
What's a Deathstalker?
Is this a sword?
A Deathstalker is a Daniel Bernhardt.
That's right, for now at least.
Apparently.
And this is not a horror film. This is what you would call a fantasy film there, apparently.
Well, it's a fantasy film, yes.
Based on the Roger Corman series from the 1980s. First one came out as a low-budget knockoff of Conan the Barbarian. Somehow made about $10 million at the box office back in the day. My favorite was always the sequel, Deathstalker 2, with John Wynorski taking over duties. Deathstalker 3 was, serviceable, and Deathstalker 4 is absolutely unwatchable. So there's really only one good Deathstalker in the entire...
Oh, no, they're all good.
Watch entire canon. I mean...
Watch them all. Ridiculous. It's like saying there's only one good Nemesis movie. No, watch them all.
Well, to be fair,
watch them all.
Mystery Science Theater did take a look at part 3 for one of their episodes.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, so it's
it did.
A variable degree of good, but still.
Look, they're all awful. Just watch them all.
It's basically an excuse for exploitation of a lot of bare breasts in these movies, a lot of really badly choreographed sword fights, and a wisecracking hero is the idea. But this new version is a little bit, I don't know, I thought it was fun. I was actually really impressed by this. This is, when you talked about the Toxic Avenger and how disappointed you were with it the other day, this is what I'm expecting. This was kind of reminding me of classic trauma. Right in the sweet spot. This is the kind of movie that if I was 13, this might be one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm not 13, so I see a few more flaws in it than I would have expected. It's a little bit overlong, but in the plus column, I love Daniel Bernhardt. I thought the effects were very good. I thought the world building was pretty damn good for a movie of this size, particularly compared with that Red Sonja slop that we watched a couple weeks back. And Patton Oswalt as the sidekick didn't bother me as much as I thought he would. Clearly, this is a Conan-type movie more than anything else, but I thought they retained the humor of a Deathstalker 2 in there, the wisecracking, and really Bernhardt came off very, very well. So I recommend this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. Obviously, it has limitations from the budget, and it's not the fantasy of Lord of the Rings, but still a good time. What did you think about it?
Yeah, so I only have, I think I only have one complaint and then a couple of maybe ideas. But my only complaint is that the digital cinematography on this sometimes is a little too clean. Mm-hmm. And it just looks, it just doesn't look right. It looks small. Especially with the practical effects. Well, you're doing the cheesy practical effects, and some of them are cheesy, and I love it. I'm all there for it. Like, this is like someone just like, we got $5 make this monster, Sometimes it's like we got, $5,000 make this monster in this movie, but sometimes it's like we got $5, right?
I swear I saw a wire.
Make a fucking monster.
I swear I saw a wire when that thing was dancing around at one point, but I wasn't for sure.
No joke. Yeah, there's some shit in here that you look at, you're like, oh fuck, like someone spent some fucking time and energy and money on that, and it looks fantastic. And then other times you're like, oh, this is just fucking fun, right? Someone just got a fucking mask and like they're spray painting some shit, and they're like, here you go, here's your fucking monster, which is wonderful. But when you put that in with the digital cinematography, it looks super cheap, like, which is unfortunately like a big difference between, if you go back and look at the originals, which are just as shitty, right? But they're shot on film. I don't know, there's that magical kind of look that film gives to it. And so I wish they had kind of like tried to recreate a little bit more of the filmic look on this, and they did. That's my only complaint. Other than that, this movie's fucking awesome. I love it. This is 10 times better than the Toxic Avenger remake. This is exactly what I wanted from the Deathstalker remake, and I was hoping for. My only other suggestion here is that I don't know that we needed Patton Oswalt's voice in this, and it might have been more interesting. The little, the little person
doodad
that he's playing, is played by a woman in real life, and it would have been, I think, more funny if they just allowed it to be a woman rather than a man, and she was like trying to get with Deathstalker or something. You could have done some comedy bits there, something else. I don't know. That whole character didn't really add anything other than it was kind of almost like he was like the
comic
dungeon
relief
master in like a D&D fucking, he was like off, like trying to like, I don't know. It just, not that it really bothered me. It did work. It was fine. But I just think that with a little bit more thought, that could have been done better. And that I don't even know that we needed Patton Oswalt. But it was fine. I actually don't have much complaint about that. I thought the writing was really good. The acting is fucking great. For this level of shit, this is fucking great. Though, the old guy in this, the fucking, the evil wizard guy or whatever, is fucking awesome.
He's good.
Man. He's in it. Like, he's in it to win it. Like, this is fucking legit acting. Like, I don't know. And he's fucking hysterical too. I love this movie.
Let's also not overlook Bernhardt's performance as well. I think he's really
fucking
good
great.
in this.
He's perfect for this role. He's serious, but then he's also able to play it off funnily at times, like kind of like
and goofy. He acts like a
this is
coward
ridiculous,
sometimes.
but this is
I thought it was
when he hugs the monster thing. It's like, I gotta hug this thing, and then he's like likes it after. He's like, it's good.
But even when he runs away a couple times from the things, and it had a mischievous quality to it, and I thought that, and also it's gory as fuck. I mean,
the effects are great. The fighting's great. I mean, it is gory, as you said. It's really gross. It has that trauma kind of feel to it, which the originals don't have. The originals are more hokey. I mean, they have the effects and stuff, but they're more of that era of the 80s stuff. Like, where you'd feel like, I don't know how you would you even compare that to nowadays? I mean, this does feel more trauma-ish.
Well, this is what I was expecting when I saw Red Sonja as well, the recent remake of that, and that did not. That was
that was way more slicker. Try to be like more updated. This doesn't feel like it's trying to be an update. It feels like it's just trying to be, I don't know, true to the source.
Well, it's also borrowing liberally from the Conan mythology. I mean, the girl who comes in here, that Brisbane, she's basically Valeria, is she not? I mean, she meets the guys when they're getting ready to break into the place.
True.
And the way she's dressed is very Valerian. I didn't mind that at all. And then even,
it does have that kind of a Conan like feel to it, where you're just kind of wandering through a lot of this movie.
He's being tricked by the wizards, and he's not necessarily on top of it.
the witch.
And also the one-eyed flying thing that was like out of Clash of the Titans. I kind of like that deal.
Right, like the little owl guy. Yeah.
And even the rogues gallery of assassins that comes through is pretty well handled for a movie of this size. I mean, this is clearly not a big budget movie, and the idea to give each scene a different color tint as well annoyed me at first, but then I realized, if not, this would have been too clear. It would have looked too much like just somebody shooting out in the woods with their friends. So at least this is giving it some sort of like
that at least helped
otherworldly thing. And I will say,
I do wish they had done something else to it, though. Maybe made it not super sharp. Maybe made it a little, done something to have simulated 35 millimeter, like even just a print.
Well, you know what I would have said?
Made it a little dirty, something, or do something to it, right?
Put some smoke in the air.
Yeah, do something to it. I don't know.
Give it a
was
haze.
Just so. It was way too crystal clear. I thought the movie looked like a movie that if you like in the late, like maybe this could have been made in 89 to 92, somewhere in there. Like literally, you could have made this in there, but it's shot on a camera from today. It almost makes no sense. It's weird. It's like a weird combination.
What I also noticed lastly about the Bernhardt situation is that much like Schwarzenegger with Conan, his accent helps in this situation. It sounds a little ancient or otherworldly. It sounds of a different time. So I was just really impressed by this. I made the purchase on digital because I've been wanting to watch this, and I thought, oh fuck, did I just buy a dog of the year type situation? And I got to be honest, so far this is in my top 5 of the year. I
know I had a great time watching this. I agree with you. I think that The director of this, the Kostansky guy who wrote and directed this, did a really great job. And I don't know what this means for Shout Factory. Godspeed to you, Shout Factory, wherever you may wind up. But this sucks, man, that you finally come out with this, and it may be too little too late, I mean, I wish they had done something more with the Corman Library. I don't really know what rights they have for releasing some of that stuff. They released some cool stuff when they first got it, and then it just felt like they didn't do anything with it. But then finally we get this movie. But I don't know. They've had the rights to this forever, it feels like.
I'm hoping that this movie does very well in the home video market, off a strong word of mouth, and we get a sequel because it's warranted. And I hope we get it soon.
I agree. I thought this was really good, and I would like to see them do some other stuff. Perhaps, can I get, like, I said this earlier as joking, but I kind of mean it now. Can I get a barbarian queen?
It might be sooner than you expect, or even the sorcerer and the warrior, the sorceress and the warrior, the David Carradine one.
Yes, exactly. They have rights to a lot of other Corman stuff too that would be interesting. If they're going to put this level of work into it, then yeah, I'd like to see it.
I agree. Well, tell me about The Long Walk. This is a movie that Stephen King is based on a Stephen King book that was written quite a long time ago, and much like what was the other one that just came out? Was Running Man, dystopian future?
Running Man, yeah.
I mean, a dystopian future type idea, and it's kind of similar in this fact that King was trying to be precedent about what was going to be happening in modern times, and I mean, what do we got here? I mean, is it worth seeing? Because I was curious, I was interested in it.
So I don't even know, where do I start? The cast is good. I think people acting put in the work, but this is an awful movie.
Is it really?
Just boring as shit. Doesn't make any sense. Like, it's almost like Stephen King saw The Hunger Games and thought, oh, I can scribble something out while I'm on the shitter. It's just awful. Honestly, Mark Hamill's in this for just no reason whatsoever.
I thought he was supposed to be the whole reason for the movie, right? Wasn't he supposed to be the big dictator, the guy, or the evil guy?
He's the bad guy in it, I guess, but he doesn't do anything. He's hardly in the fucking movie. The movie is basically these kids get it. Whoever finishes the long walk, whoever walks the longest, right? You get the $1 million, right? You hit the jackpot. And so all these kids decide to do this. There can only be one winner. You fucking die, right? Otherwise, unlike the Hunger Games where you're forced into doing it, this is a thing where it's voluntary. So you know what's going to happen, right? Because this movie pretends like they don't fucking know. And you're like, dude, really? You don't fucking know? The shit's televised, motherfucker. They're filming you. Get out of here. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Right? What were the Squid Games, right? Okay, the Squid Games make sense. They think they're doing one thing. They get into the game, and then, it's actually like you can die, and like, it changes everything, right? They know they're gonna fucking die in this movie. It's just the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I don't know if the book's different than this. I doubt it. It's just brain dead bullshit content is what it is.
It's also a long movie.
It comes down to it.
It's what, 210?
It doesn't. I don't know if it's that long. Is it? No, it's only an hour 48. I was gonna say it doesn't feel very long. But there's not much going on in it. It's just people walking. So I don't know.
Not well directed though. Francis Lawrence did The Hunger Games, a couple of them, and so he did this one too.
It's fine, I guess, but the story sucks. I don't think you can't. I honestly don't believe you could direct yourself out of this fucking story. It is just dumb. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's stupid. It's just stupid, right? And so you're watching it. Like I say, the actors are good. Some of the camaraderie stuff is like good. As far as Stephen King goes, like he definitely writes characters well, and situations, I guess, that they kind of have to deal with is good. But overall, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why these people would choose to do this. Why they then act the way they do when they're doing it, the motivation, it just isn't, that makes no sense to me. And so it's just a dumb movie. And then you're waiting for the end, basically. I don't know. What are you supposed to say about it? I'm trying to come up with something good to say, but I can't. It's just
is it
people
obvious
walking.
Who the winner's going to be?
They get killed. Oh yeah. Well, by the end of it, yes. But they don't reveal. I mean, it's not going to be obvious because it takes a long time for the revelations of who the past of these people, why they decided to do this, this and that. Which, to some extent, I get that would be the point of the movie, is going through these characters and stuff. But again, the basis of getting to that is that these characters are fucking morons. So I don't know.
Sounds like I'm going to pass on that one.
I wished I had passed, to be honest with you.
That's unfortunate because the trailer was fairly decent and Mark Hamill was really hyping it up on an interview I saw recently.
Well, he's barely in the fucking movie, to be honest with you. He's just barely in it.
Well, Mark Hamill's never been the best thing of any movie he's ever been in, right? He's never the best actor. You ever seen Corvette Summer? A movie that he made after Star Wars. Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Yeah, that's a fun little B movie there. But it just goes to show you that he was never going to be the star that I think his agents were trying to push him to be. And there's why he ended up in movies like The Guyver and Slipstream in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason this movie hasn't taken off.
Yeah, I mean, it did okay, I guess, at the box office, but it just, for a Stephen King movie, that's about that. I saw Frankenstein, the Guillermo del Toro movie. Are you planning on watching this, or are you on a strike against Guillermo del Toro?
I'm going to watch this at some point, but it's so long. I haven't chunked out a time for it, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do want to see it, but I don't know. I've read reviews. I've read both good and bad, so I don't know. I guess I'm still going to see it.
Did you like Crimson Peak?
Yeah. I'm I mean, kind of, but then also, no.
What is the Guillermo del Toro that you like? Because I know there's a phase that you like.
Oh, I mean, Blade 2, if you want to go back to like Mimic, Kronos, Devil's Backbone. Mostly older stuff before Hellboy 2. I love Hellboy. But once Pan's Labyrinth's really good, but that's kind of the moment
it's
where
teetering.
I think things shift. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because after that, he gets he just gets such a big name, and they give him everything, you know, and he's able to take his imagination, just do whatever he wants with it. And, you know, money is no bounds, and he's just able to do it. And that's fine. But again, I think most people, and especially him, when you put him under some kind of constraint, he does great shit. When you remove those constraints, it's just kind of like slop, you know, in some regard. Like, it's just like, you know, you're just watching his wildest wet dream.
It's too fanciful, you know. It's
yeah.
That's how I felt. He kind of gets a little too fanciful for his own good, and it's a little too much. And I think The Shape of Water is vastly overrated for what it is.
That movie is too weird and just makes no sense. I don't even know why the fuck you would make that. It's just odd.
I think actually Nightmare Alley is a much more compelling movie than The Shape of Water, which got nominated for Best Picture, but no one has ever seemed to have seen Nightmare Alley. Did you ever watch it?
I've seen Nightmare Alley.
I liked it.
It was okay.
For what it was. But I like Norse stuff. But this is getting back to Frankenstein. It's a beautiful movie, man. This is a stunning piece of work. It's just, it looks beautiful. It moves very well for a 2-hour and 20-minute movie about Frankenstein. It's told basically from two different points of view, from Dr. Frankenstein's, and then it switches to the monster's point of view for a while. And it's ultimately a movie about, you know, father and sons and rejection, and, you know, are you responsible for the things that you create in the world? And
so Hellboy.
Yeah, I guess now that you say that, yeah,
to some extent, right?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it like that, but yeah, now that you say that, and much like Hellboy, the CGI in this movie is all over the place. there's a sequence in the beginning where the monster attacks a ship and he's throwing people around like it's an Avengers movie. I fucking hated it. It's a weightless CGI nonsense scene. And there's a couple sequences like that break the spell for me. But for the most part, Oscar Isaacs is probably going to be nominated. Guillermo del Toro is probably going to be nominated, and the production designer is probably going to be nominated for this movie. But I mean, you are going to watch it though.
Gonna watch it. That is literally the reviews that I've been hearing is what you just said. So I think I'll watch it. If that's the worst part of it, then yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah, I've heard the CGI is, I don't know, not good.
It's
in
out
some
of place,
areas, right?
It's,
like really bad.
It's really out of place. I don't know why it's like that too, because the movie has a certain physical weight. They go through all this trouble to do these real ships in these remote locations, and then you have this CGI thing, just like I said, throwing people around. And what is this trend in movies?
Well, they have constraints as far as time, right? I mean, that would be, I think, their biggest thing. What's why they use CGI so much and do everything in post, right? Is that they wish to make changes to things after the fact because if you're the money guy, you also want to be heard, and then you don't want to have these guys out there on set all day.
In terms of this movie spiritually, it's closest to Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's what I would think.
Well, that's good. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's operatic in a sense. It's complex. There's a lot of talking in the movie. I mean, there's exposition to get through, and there's a lot of storytelling to get through. But I can't say that any scenes dragged on per se. Like I can't think of like where I would cut this movie at, because things are building upon this scene, built upon this scene, built upon this thing, and it doesn't drag. It's just it's a dense story that's being told here. But Del Toro flies through the material at a good clip, and the guy playing the Jacob Ellerby, who's playing the monster, does a great job too. Much better than De Niro did back in '94 with Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein.
I know.
But that was a mess. And this isn't your typical, this isn't Herman Munster either. So good for everybody on the look of the film, which is the easy part nowadays in a lot of ways. But for a consistency of tone throughout it, the only time that spell is broken for me is when this CG stuff happens. The CGI stuff, when you go, this is the weight of the movie is being fucked with here. It'd be like if The Godfather had all of a sudden a sequence where a shootout occurred on a boat, and you're like, what the fuck? This isn't this is CGI ships, and it's weird. I can't. When you see the movie, you will know in the first 10 minutes what I'm talking about. But if you can get over that, which I could very easily. It's a very rewarding experience to see this, and I do think this will be nominated for Best Picture, and at least in those other craft categories as well. So check it out. I do give it a recommend.
All right.
Should I watch Welcome to Derry? Because I've recently got into Stranger Things, which we'll talk about, but what's going on with Derry?
Well, I wouldn't mix the two. I think you should finish Stranger Things up to the point, that's done, and then swap on over to Derry. I've only seen the first 3 episodes. I think the 5th episode just came out today, and the first 2 episodes I thought, this is stupid, this is dog shit, this is a dumb idea, this will never work. And then episode 3 came, and I realized, no, they're working it, baby. And I can't wait to watch. I'm letting them stack up now. I got 2 episodes, so I'm gonna watch these next 2 back to back. I want to binge watch it. That's my only complaint. I want to binge watch it now. I don't. And I binge watched the first 3, which is the only reason, because if I had just watched the first episode and then waited a week and watched the second episode, I probably would have given up. So I don't know that not putting everything out at once is working in the favor for me anyways. I prefer to, power through shit till I get to a point where it's good. Or even then I'll watch it all, because I watched the damn Alien shit and I didn't like any of it. But anyways, I'll watch the whole thing if I can power through it. But this surprised me. That third episode I thought was so intriguing, and I just didn't think that they could make it interesting. I don't want to give away what it is necessarily, but I'll just say this. It takes place in the past. There's a military.
Oh no.
Are you watching Stranger Things? Don't even think about it. Don't make that connection. Don't do that. Yeah, don't make that obvious connection with what I just said.
Demogorgons as well.
So you already got it, right? You already got it. And literally, that's why when you watch the first couple episodes, you're just like, oh my god, really? We're really gonna do this? But then that third episode comes, and I found it interesting. I thought, well, okay. It literally is. You're just ripping it off. You just clearly you watch Stranger Things, but it kind of works. What can I say? And I only kind of it's not as good as Stranger Things. It's just not. But it does work. It is good. And the CGI stuff, like the story's fucking dumb. I think they take time to do things that don't have anything to do with fucking shit, anything else, right? But it's kind of creepy, and the special effects are kind of good, and so even if it's wasting time, it's still interesting to watch.
When is it happening? Is it happening before the events of It?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are a group of kids that are not the kids that we know from the It movies.
No. But I mean, I don't understand if so they don't, it doesn't break from the rules of the original It. It doesn't break from any of that. But it'll be interesting. I don't know how they're going to work it. It's one of those things where they had to make a fucking show, so they kind of had to bend the rules, but they haven't explained really how the rules have been bent. Because there's no fucking way this leads to nothing right at the end. Like, they fucking know about it. So there's no way that they just don't, like, how does this work in the future then? I don't get it, right?
Well, you're intriguing me at least, but I will finish Stranger Things first before I jump.
I wouldn't mix the two because it's not that they're similar. This is definitely It. This is not Stranger Things, but it is obviously, someone watched Stranger Things and then decided, hey, I can make this into an It. So I would finish Stranger Things first. It's the superior show. Even though Stranger Things, of course, obviously stole from It,
Right.
It's not its own thing altogether. It definitely steals from everything, but it does so in a way that that's much better than it stealing back from Stranger Things. I don't know how to explain it, but Stranger Things is better, but this is worth watching. I would definitely recommend Welcome to Derry to people, surprisingly. And just keep in mind, I would not recommend the Alien show. So
I'm very surprised.
I don't know if that means anything for that, but yeah.
I'm very surprised that you're recommending this. I thought you were absolutely going to shit on this show. So I will give it a shot. Surprised. But let me talk to you a little bit about Stranger Things, because I know I'm about a decade late to the game here. So I was on vacation. The new season was coming out. I said, fuck it. Let me just give it a shot. It starts off, the whole thing takes place November 6th, 1983, right? The whole Will Byers deal. That's literally the day that my fiance was born. my wife was born, so it cracks me up. We're in vacation celebrating her birthday, and it's like I'm watching the show like, oh my God. And then second season, it's all about a year later on November 6th, which was the day that Reagan and Bush got nominated into office. So a lot of that is floating around this show, so it cracks me up. But I know I sound like probably a parrot like everybody else, but the fucking thing is fantastic, man. I'm ending season 3, and some of these episodes, I almost want to like hug myself when they're done. The finale of season 2, I don't want to sound stupid, but I almost got choked up at the end there. The
characters, right?
The writing, the characters, the acting.
Even when they introduce new characters, you love the new characters as much as the old ones. incredible. Like, and it's very Goonies. Like, you just feel like you're a part of the group, and we're old watching these young kids in a movie, and it feels like you're young watching it, right?
You still like the group. I'm glad you brought that up, because you feel like you're part of the group to the point where when somebody new shows up, you go, "Who the fuck is this? I don't want them as part of the group. I like what the group is right now. I don't want any change to this group." And then you start liking this new person, like you said, or this other character becomes interesting. You don't quite know what's going on with that, or this new development is happening over here. And I always think, how are they going to pull this together? And somehow by the end of the season, whatever season you're on, they really do pull it together. And Winona Ryder is fantastic in this. She talk about committing to acting in this. Mm-hmm. She is acting her ass off in some of these fucking scenes, especially in the first seasons where she has to be hysterical in a lot of the scenes. David Harbour is hitting notes on this that are just singing. I mean, he is just singing in this role.
You want him to protect you, don't you? I mean, he's like a fucking dad who doesn't want to be a dad, but he is a dad. Like,
he reminds me of 80s dads in that, like, you know, like he's trying, but he's working his ass off. But
he's also kind of an idiot.
Yeah, but he's also knows what he knows, and it's very he's very.
He sticks to his guns. He's going to protect. Yes, yeah, he's going to protect people. He's going to, like, this is the line, like all that kind of shit. Like,
chain smokes like man. My dad. I mean,
he's a fucking man. You know.
I love. From the production design all the way down to the music drops, it's so well done that I am actually glad I waited this long to get into it, so that I can have all this wealth of episodes to go through real quick as the new 5th season comes out here in a couple days. But I can't wait, and it has not dropped off. I really thought, there'll be some ups and downs, and yes, some episodes aren't as good as other ones, but on a overall basis, it really has maintained quality. And the amount of money they spent on this, I mean, talk about spare no expense. This is not a cheap show to produce. And outside of the kids growing so much between seasons, which really becomes clear when you watch it in order or very quickly, that's my only kind of hard thing to get over, is how old they're getting, you know. But
it still works, though, I think.
But like I said, it's a relic of an era, and my favorite thing about the show is that nobody can get on a cell phone and solve a plot issue by just calling somebody who's not there, or texting, or using the internet somehow to get out of the bind. And the kids are outside 99% of the time in this fucking show, which is how things used to be back in that era, you know, when... Anyway, it's just a joyful experience to go through these, and I can't wait to see what the 5th season has in store here, because I hear the 4th season's mind blowing. So I'm just starting that here this week. So
it's good. I don't know. I do feel like it does go down
in the 4th season
from that first season, from all of them really. Each one is a step down, but it's not a step down in a way that a lot of shows are. They're just not as good, and it kind of makes sense. You can't just keep going on with the same thing and having it be as good.
I get an X-Files vibe here. I mean, that's about as close.
But X-Files also drops down. I mean, they have fantastic episodes even in the later seasons, but like by the time you get to the end, I mean, come on, the last half of the X-Files as a series is like the fuck. You know?
Well, they work themselves into such a hole with the conspiracy and all that on X-Files.
Oh, for sure. And then they drop the character and stuff. But it's the same thing in this. Like, this is obviously a lot shorter and everything, but everything there's diminishing returns, I think, for any story that you're gonna eke out like this, right? Because there's just not enough new stuff that you can do with it, and they really don't do anything new here either. I feel like I'm sounding down on this. I shouldn't be. It's a great show. Everything's great about it. I just
well, once the magic is had once, I mean, these are all basically every season's a sequel, and at this point, it's the 4th sequel.
Yeah, to some degree. You do love the characters though so much, and I think the writing's really good. And when the new characters, like I said, you like the new characters as much as the old characters. So even when they're introducing new stuff, it works. The whole thing works. Yeah, and I can't wait for that. I just hearing you say that makes me want to rewatch it. Actually.
No, you got to watch Frankenstein first. Whatever you do, watch Frankenstein beforehand.
No.
Let's talk about some trailers because we have a handful to get through tonight. And the one that has made the most impact throughout the week we've been off the air is the teaser trailer for Michael. This is the Lionsgate release. Directed by Antoine Fuqua. There has been talk about this being cut into 2 films because the test reactions have been, so great, they say, or whatever it might be, or the internal testing is.
What?
Yeah, they're talking about cutting this into 2 different films.
Make sense?
I have no idea, but I will say this.
A movie's so good, you're going to want to watch it in 2 different movies.
Well, I think that there's so many scenes and there's so much of the story to go through, and what are they going to include in the later years is really going to be the tricky part here, right? But I do think that I don't know when Lionsgate got somebody who knew how to cut fucking trailers, because that wasn't the case ever before. But this thing is cut nicely, and it is. And it's only a teaser, but it's cut very well, I thought. No, not for you.
Oh, I was going to let you finish your thought. No, I thought this looks like a generic biopic to me. I don't think this looks like anything special. It looks like this is exactly what I would think Hollywood would do with this. It just doesn't look. I have little interest in this, and I see the name Antoine Fuqua up there, but I don't really see the Fuqua-ness in this movie. It just looks like anyone could have made this. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah.
Maybe your opinion will change when the full trailer drops. We'll see.
Maybe that's true too, but I don't know. You didn't think this looked like it just looked like every other biopic I've seen it recently in the last couple. I haven't even watched them, but every other trailer. I'm so uninterested in biopics because they all look the same. It looks like someone came up with an idea. What's a formula, right? They feel formulaic to me.
That's fair. And the makeup effect did not look very good with the nose or whatever that was.
Yeah, why didn't that look so weird? The actor seemed good. Who's playing Michael?
I think it's a nephew of, it's Jafar Jackson. I think he's related to the Jackson family.
He looked like he was doing it, but then he didn't look right somehow.
Yeah, but the Quincy Jones narration or the guy doing that, I did like. And obviously the music drops were fantastic.
Yeah, Michael Jackson has some fucking awesome music, so I have no doubt this will be a good watch. But I just don't know. It feels like it's going to be the same, like, oh, Michael, you're having trouble here. Oh, you can do it. Oh, then he does it. Then it's like, yeah.
I mean, they made a TV movie years ago about the Jackson 5 that was covered all of this ground. So I don't know if it's going to be any different than that, other than just more glossy. But I thought this was cut well. Well,
what would be the angle you could even take on something like this that would be even halfway interesting, right? Like, I'm trying to think of like biopics that are interesting.
They
like
abuse the father,
I don't know.
The escape, kind of make it more like a Ike and Tina Turner.
I wasn't really in this trailer though, but yeah.
That whole thing and like being a castrato basically and all that. That's the rumor on him. So.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. Now, there's another teaser trailer that dropped this week that's also causing quite a stir, and that's The Devil Wears Prada 2. I never saw The Devil Wears Prada. I know it was a massive hit back in the day.
What?
Did you see it? Was it good?
I clutched my pearls. It's a fantastic movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really good. This teaser is fucking dumb, but the movie's fucking good. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, strongly suggest it. Meryl Streep's great, Anne Hathaway's great, Stanley Tucci's great in it. This one has Boobs McGee, so hey, but
does it really?
She's not in the first one, but yeah, obviously.
I thought this trailer
was she even born in the first?
I thought this trailer was cut even better than the Michael one with the on Q and on B. I thought whoever cut this,
not even a trailer.
Whatever the teaser here.
It's someone walking, and then they're in the fucking elevator and she puts the sunglasses on
with the striker pose with Madonna in the background.
Okay.
I thought this, and then the way that the fucking silk sheet turns into two.
This ain't nothing.
I thought this was highly creative. I liked this.
Prove it to me that it's good. This ain't nothing. I don't know. I mean, for a teaser, sure, maybe. I I don't know. This looks like a dumb continuation of the first one.
It looks like Hocus Pocus,
I don't think this teaser this looks dumb. Well, watch the first one. The first one's a really good movie. Honestly, fucking good movie. But then look at this. This feels like a cash grab. This feels like I remember how you liked The Devil Wears Prada? Huh, here we are again. It's like, what is this day? What? No.
The fucked up thing is when Meryl Streep popped up on screen, I thought, didn't she just die? And then I went, oh God, that was Diane Keaton. Like, I felt bad for thinking about it, but for a second there, I thought I mixed the two up there. So I thought this is going to be huge if she just passed away.
Both old ladies.
I actually always preferred Meryl Streep over Diane Keaton for the most part, in terms of acting styles. I could just watch a Meryl Streep movie easier than I could a Diane Keaton performance. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Whatever. I don't know. I feel like I need something new. You know. I don't get anything new. I just complained about Michael, but the complaint about that movie is that it feels like every other fucking movie, and now you're just gonna hand me a Devil's Wears Prada 2, and it feels like, how could it be as good and as original as anything as the original Devil Wears Prada? Well, it can't. So it's just gonna be some rehash, like, here we are again. Check it. I don't care. I don't know.
Well, then you're really going to be upset about the next rehash we're going to talk about.
I already am, because I already hate this fucking. Yeah, you don't have to do it. Yeah,
Knives Out 3. Wake Up Dead Man. Yeah, not
Knives Out. Suck my dick. Seriously, I don't know why people like Knives Out. I fucking hate it.
I saw the first one in a theater. I thought it was so dull. The only thing that got me through was the cuteness of Ana de Armas, and I couldn't care less about the fucking plot or the mechanisms of the, plot. And I just, when it was over,
it's not even good though. It's just not good.
Yeah,
it's not.
And then I saw the second one on Netflix, and I wasn't stuck in a theater held hostage by it. I could watch it over the course of like 2 nights, and I actually thought the second one was a lot more fun than the first one. Maybe the cast I liked more. I mean, Ana de Armas was sorely missing, but it was still fun. Edward Norton was good in it. Dave Bautista was good in it.
I hated the second one more than
Even
the first
more?
one.
Oh fuck! Well, you are not the audience for this.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't. Knives Out. Knives are out. I'm ready. My knives are out.
Is it me, or is Daniel Craig doing like a Kevin Spacey impersonation? It almost feels like at this point.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's distancing himself from Bond is what he's doing. I mean, has there ever been an actor that left Bond that hated that role more than Daniel fucking Craig? I mean, he is doing everything he can to put himself as far juxtaposed as he can to Bond. Yeah. It's just, and it's almost parody what he's doing here, like Foghorn Leghorn, like, oh my goodness, it was a mystery and kind of a riddle.
What is, I guess, supposed to be kind of a comedy? Are these supposed to be comedies? I thought they were.
I guess, but I mean, there's a funny moment at the end there where the lady thinks that the penises that are spray painted on the wall are rocket ships. So I guess that's a humorous moment, but I don't think that they're very heavy-handed, these movies, and they're too clever by double. I mean, for their own good. So
I don't think they're that clever.
I lose interest. Because you know the movie's gonna fuck with you. It's not gonna give you all the things you need to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
So I just am watching the thing go through its motions to get to the end, to where it just presents itself, because apparently this is an impossible mystery to solve, even for the great Benoit Blanc, or whatever the guy's name was. So you won't be watching this when it comes to Netflix. You were a Rian Johnson fan at one point. You liked Brick and Looper.
Brick is fantastic. Looper's okay.
Wasn't there another one you liked of his? I want to say that.
Brick is really good.
Yeah, you were a big Last Jedi fan.
The Rian Johnson fan? I never even saw Last Jedi. So that's going to be a no.
That's a tough sell.
Never saw that fucking movie. Let's look. What else did he do? I don't think he's done anything else.
I think he's done about 3 Knives Out movies since then.
The Brothers Bloom, that was okay. Yeah. That's it, yeah. Knives Out, Glass Onion. I mean, I watched a little bit of that Poker Face show. It was okay.
I did not watch any of that.
I didn't finish it. No, I don't know. He's not done it. Brick is really good. I do really love Brick, but other than that, and Looper's okay, and other than that, I'm good. I got nothing on Rian Johnson. I don't understand though how we're on movie number 3 of Knives Out, but we only got 1 red notice. And I'm not asking for more red notice. I'm just saying I don't understand it.
That's true.
I just don't get it.
Because the viewership for Red Notice was more than double if you put the last 2 Knives Out together. I mean,
and I'm not asking for more. I don't want any more Red Notice. I'm just saying I don't fucking get it.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears, my man. So hopefully it's coming. The last trailer on tonight's show that we're going to be discussing is Josh Sadafi's new film, the guy who is part of the Sadafi brother duo that made, well, his brother just made The Smashing Machine, which tanked, and now we got Marty Supreme with Timothée Chalamet. I guess it's somewhat based on a real-life guy named Marty who was a ping pong champion, or a hustler, or something like that in the 1950s, and this
is a real-life thing?
Maybe
I'm trying to figure that out. Is this a real life thing?
It almost feels like it should be because it's such a specific character in such a specific time.
I know, but isn't that such an A24 thing to do, to like make a movie like this and then it's not about a real person?
But it's such an A24 thing is to make a movie like this and totally not have me engaged at all in any of this. I mean, this looks...
How long do you think this movie is?
2 hours and 25 minutes easily. I wonder if it's listed.
You're very close. You're 4 minutes off.
Is it really? Is it listed already? Is it 2:30?
2 hours and 29. Yeah.
There's Trevor. I had a problem getting through 2:20. Getting to 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the trailer.
This is like, I don't even know what this is. I honestly don't fucking understand why you would. What is this movie? I don't get it. I don't know. There's nothing interesting about this guy. He plays table tennis. I don't care. I don't know. Why is this interesting?
I don't put it past these brothers to make good films about weird situations and characters. I mean, Uncut Gems is one of the most unlikely thrillers I've ever seen in my life, but I don't think that this is the movie for me because there's nothing in here that is intriguing to me and exciting to me. This character seems like a wimp. He seems like a coward. But yet he's supposed to be this amazing athlete at this one thing. I don't know. And you'd say it's 2.5 hours. Like I said, there's a sequence at the end of the trailer where him and his buddy get out of the car and dance around. And I thought, where's the editor of the trailer at this point? Cut this fucking thing. If you're telling me the movie's like that.
It says this movie, I guess I don't know what she said. The fucking explanation for what this is, yes, the synopsis is Marty Mouser, right? A young man with a dream no one respects goes to hell and back in pursuit of greatness.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not watching that
what?
movie.
I mean, I feel like so many movies. It's people, but what? This is like a guy has a dream to make the most perfect fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what is this? This is such a weird movie to me. Like, he's playing table tennis. He doesn't do it, but this movie plays as if he's doing something really, truly amazing, right? It plays exactly like a biopic of like someone who's doing something fucking awesome.
Well, it plays like
and
a biopic.
Like, what are you doing? Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, yes, that's what all biopics play like, right? Someone who's doing something amazing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, is this a real person or not?
The whole point of it. Well, I know. That's why I thought this was so fucking weird because he's sitting there like, oh my God, what are we doing? We're doing this. We're doing that. This is crazy. And then it's just, he's ping ponging.
And he's so arrogantly confident that he's going to be this superstar. And you're thinking, is there really that kind of money in ping pong in 1950s?
Oh, why do I care? Do you know how many arrogant people out there do dumb shit? Like, why do I care? It's just such a weird movie. Maybe it's really great. I guess you can hold out hope, it could be amazing. It just reminds me, like, what was the tennis movie that came out so long ago with Zendaya? Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah. Challengers.
Challengers. Yeah. What the fuck? Why?
I thought you were going to say, remember that tennis movie with Kirsten Dunst and Paul Bettany? Wimbledon?
Oh my God. Wimbledon. Yeah. No, for real. Yeah. Now we're getting into it. You know, you're like, what the fuck are these movies? What is this?
Oh, I just don't.
Wimbledon. I had that on VHS out in my garage.
Oh goodness.
It's just wild to me. Some of the movies that get made, and this is A24, so I'm imagining there's something to it, right? Maybe something we're missing.
Well, somebody, obviously the Sadaffi brother, put his all into this movie and the script. He wrote the script and directed it.
It's on there. It looks like a biopic, right? It looks very dramatic. I don't know. Do I care? Remember that Angelina Jolie movie where the guy ran? What the fuck was that movie? Oh, did I lose you?
Where the guy ran?
Yeah.
Oh, Unbroken.
Unbroken. Yeah. Well, did he ran in that or no? That wasn't a running movie. My whole point is that a lot of people put their all behind fucking some shit and just doesn't. I don't understand why.
Well, it's like I said, I'm curious to see this movie. I don't think it's going to make much of a dent, but maybe it's some sort of acting nods for Chalamet down the road. But I can't imagine anybody goes to see this.
Well, he learned how to play table tennis to be in this movie.
Well, that's fucking a hell of an accomplishment when they could have used a CGI ball.
They could have. Yeah, that's what they did in
Forrest Gump back in the day.
They did that in Forrest Gump. Didn't they? They did that in the tennis. I don't know what movies are called anymore. The tennis movie.
Challengers. The tennis movie. That's the one.
I got nothing. Oh, Lord. Movies. Watch them. They're out there.
Well, on that note, that's going to wrap up tonight's show. We want to thank you guys for joining us on this extra episode of the Movie Mavericks podcast. Check out our old episodes on TalkShoe, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Speaking for Trevor Anderson, I'm Jason Rugard, and we are the Movie Mavericks.
Oh my, another magnificent episode has come to an end. If you're craving more, set your destination to MovieMavericks.com, Warp 9. Engage!